Most people wait for the perfect moment to do something bold. I didn't. I booked this last minute solo trip to the Caribbean and it's already changing everything. Come and spend a few days with me in the Caribbean and I'm going to teach you the mindset shifts that allow me to travel, work less, and earn a shit ton of money at the same time. So, why did I book it? Well, there's a few reasons why I have come to the Caribbean. I'm actually in the Dominican Republic and I've come here for 7 days, right? There's a few reasons. The main reason is I don't want to be on my deathbed thinking, why did I not do this? Why did I not do that, right? I mean, really, if you think about how many people get to the end of their life, right? They're in a wheelchair, they can't move, their physical body is deteriorating. They know it's the end of their life. And they are sat in their deathbed thinking, what if I started that business? What if I actually traveled the world and went to the Caribbean in my 20s when I thought about it? What if I did this? What if I did that? I believe that it'd be a lot better for me to be on my deathbed speaking about everything that I actually did. So instead of thinking about things on the deathbed that I could have done, I want to be able to come to the end of my life and speak with my family about the things that I did. Do you remember when I went to the Caribbean? Do you remember when I shut down my old business because I really wanted to go and work with Bob Proctor, the man that changed my life? And I took a huge risk and actually did it. And within a short period of time, because I didn't quit, I became one of his most successful consultants. Like that for me is fulfilling. I don't want to get to the end of my life and think, oh, I didn't take that trip or I didn't travel the world, right? Now, most people don't book the trip because they don't have the money, or they don't book the trip because they're going to wait until their kids get older, or they don't book the trip until they get some time off work, right? But that's not the way that you should make decisions. It's never about the money, it's never about the time. The only prerequisite to making a decision is if do you want to do it? And did I want to come to the Caribbean? Yes, I did. So I made the decision. I could have easily talked myself out of it. Joel, you've got work to do at home. You've got this to do. But I knew that I wanted to come to the Caribbean. And for me to come to the Caribbean, the only question I've got to ask myself is, Joel, do you want to? So now I'm here. I'm absolutely loving it. I have gone really, really dark already. I've been having some, incredible food. I've met some amazing people. I met a great guy on my first day here called Kaz from Leeds. He was actually on the same flight as me. And just by coincidence, he's in the same resort as me as well. So it's amazing. It's all inclusive. It's my first time in the Caribbean. The food is incredible. The ocean, I will show you it soon. It is bright blue. I have never seen an ocean that color. It's absolutely incredible. Although I am not a fan of getting in it just because I have this thing around sharks, and I've been told by the people that work here that there's no sharks here. But I was actually making the woman laugh and I said, well, I'm the type of person that when the herd of people go that way, I go this way. So out of the millions of sharks in that water, you're telling me that not one of those sharks has gone, hey boys, I'm going to see you later. I'm going to head to the Dominican Republic and see what I can grab for lunch. So I'm not a fan of going in the ocean, but to look at it, it's incredible. Also, the sand is just absolutely beautiful. It's literally white and it's very hot. The people are beautiful. And most people here speak Spanish, so I'm trying to work on it. Hola, buenos dias. I'm trying to work on that, but it's just an incredible place. And because I feel good, that means I'm on a good vibration. And I just to keep attracting good things. I probably worked maybe 1 or 2 hours every single day that I've been here. And I've already made a lot of money, right? Now, the second reason why I actually booked this holiday as well is because I know that the feeling of wealth attracts more wealth. So I like to put myself in luxury environments. I spoke about this on one of my previous videos. Sometimes in Manchester, there's a beautiful hotel called Dakota, and sometimes I will go there and I'm not staying there, but it's opulent. So I'll just go in and I'll order a coffee. Now the coffee might cost me £4.50, but it's just sat in that environment. It makes me feel opulent. It makes me feel wealthy. Now think about that word feel. Feel, well, feeling is just a word that we made up to describe the vibration that our body's in. So however you feel is what you attract. If you feel poor, if you feel broke, the law of vibration decrees that you can only attract what you're in harmonious vibration with. So I do everything in my ability to make sure that I feel wealthy. So when I booked this holiday, I knew that I was going to be in an opulent environment, and that was going to cause me to feel like, wow, I am so rich. And that affirmation, that feeling, that attracts clients to me, that attracts money to me. Now, if you're not too clued up on the law of attraction and law of vibration, that might sound like nonsense to you, right? Especially if you're a very logical thinker. But if you've been watching my stuff for a while, and even if you're new, you're going to learn something, because you can really manifest without working hard. You know, I was walking around before, and I remember Bob used to say something. He said, when you don't have to think about money, you realize how much time you've got on your hands. You know, I went to the gym this morning. I done some studying. I sunbathed for about 2 hours. I walked for about half an hour, and I'm thinking, what else can I do? I've just got so much time on my hands, and the money just keeps coming and coming. Now, this is very different to the way that I used to live, right? I used to think that to earn lots of money, you've got to be really smart and you've got to work really hard. And I got kicked out of school at 13, so I know I'm not that smart. And also, I don't really work that much. What I do is I attract money. Now, obviously, I do take some actions. I do look after my clients. I do take sales calls. I do my coaching calls and make sure my clients get results. But I am not sitting on my laptop all day. You know, I want an abundant life, and I have reprogrammed my subconscious mind to make it believe that my money does not come from working. My money comes from being. Like, really think about this, right? There is people working every single day. I've met some amazing staff members here, right? I'm not going to mention any names, but I was speaking to a woman, and she has a young boy. She has a son, right? She is working on this retreat for 13 days in a row. She's not going to see her son for 13 days, and then she gets 3 days off, and she's probably not making that much money. However, I can see her right now. She's working really hard. So money does not come from working hard, because there is people like me that come on holiday and are not working that much, that earn a very large amount of money, right? Now, why is that? It's because I have convinced my subconscious mind that I am worth X amount. So it doesn't matter how hard you work, it's what your subconscious mind believes. If your subconscious mind believes that you are worth £5,000 a month, it don't matter if you work 1 hour a day or 24 hours a day. You will always earn what you're in harmonious vibration with. Super interesting, right? So I've been really helping my clients with that, helping them build a better relationship with money. I have been doing my coaching calls while I've been over here, and my clients are just winning in a huge way. I've just had Tony message me yesterday. He joined my mentorship and Bob's mentorship, Thinking into Results, 6 months ago. Well, sorry, not 6 months ago. How long was it? 2 weeks ago, and he's already attracted $9,500, and he had to borrow the money, the down payment, the deposit off his girlfriend. He had to convince her that it's going to work out. And within 14 days, he's manifesting nearly $10,000, which is absolutely incredible. And I'm so proud of him. So my plans for this evening, I'm probably going to take a nap, because that sun is hot and I'm not used to it. It's wiped me out. So after doing this recording, I'm probably going to take a nap and then go for some food. But whatever I am doing, you will see it on the next part. The reason why I wanted to come to the Caribbean as well is because my dad's side of the family is Jamaican. So it's just good to get a sense of, my culture and where some of my genes are from. And also just to circulate the money. That's something that I've really been working on, is circulating the money. Because for my body to keep on living, the blood has to circulate. So it's the same. If I want money, I have to circulate it, right? Because it's only people that have a lack mindset, a limited mindset, that try and hold on to the money, right? And when you think about this, when people die,
All the family do is just argue over the money anyway. And I know that if I can release money with joy, it's always going to come back to me. It's not only going to come back to me, but it's going to come back to me increased and multiplied. And anything that makes you feel good, you should be doing. I feel opulent. I feel incredible. And I think why I can travel and do these things and still make money whilst hardly working is because I have an amazing relationship with money. Like, I love money and the things it can do. And if people have got a bad relationship with money, then no wonder why they've got no money in their life. I love money. Now, the thing about money is money cannot speak, but money can hear. But anything that we love increases. Anything that we criticize begins to move out of our lives. So when I come and spend a few thousand of myself on a beautiful holiday, I'm going to the silence and I'm saying, money, God, thank you so much for this holiday. I love you, money. And it's like the universe, wow, you love money? Here's way more. So the first day that I got to the Caribbean, I made a few phone calls and I'd made like 3-4 times the amount that I spent for the whole 7 days in the Caribbean. It's absolutely beautiful when you start working in harmony with the laws of the universe. And I'm still shocked at the palm trees. You know, I have never seen palm trees in real life before. And you also have to understand as well, guys, I'm just about getting used to this, seeing it in my physical world. I've felt it. I've felt wealth. I've felt abundance on the inside for a while. And that's why I'm now starting to manifest it into physical form. Well, you know, it was only 2 years ago when I was broke. I hated my life. I was doing a job that I didn't like. I was making £15,000 a year. And I would have never been able to come to a place like this. So I'm still in awe and gratitude that, you know, all this mindset work, all this studying that I do, the faith that I have is now being manifested into my life. And that is a beautiful view, if I do say so myself. It's absolutely incredible. I'm starting to get hungry. I think it's time for some food.
Yes, guys, just about to freshen up and get a shower, make myself look good, feel good, and go and get some food. And before I go, I know you guys are probably interested in what I study. I've been studying basically these two books for the whole of this year. One is Think and Grow Rich, which I pretty much read every day. As you can see, it's kind of wore down, right? So funny because Bob used to read it every day as well. And it just makes me think how much of Bob I've got in my own self-image. Yeah, so I read Think and Grow Rich. Very, very powerful book. There's people out there complaining that they can't make money, complaining about how broke they are, complaining that they can't afford to go on holidays. You don't need to spend lots of money. If you was to pick up this book and apply what is in this book, things would really start to change for you in a big way. And you can probably grab that for pennies on Amazon or whatever. You open this book anywhere, it's powerful. Look at this. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out of this world we find, success begins with a person's will. It's all in his state of mind. Jesus Christ, I sound like a poet. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Because life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. But sooner or later, the one who wins is the one who thinks he can. It's all to do with your thinking, guys. You change your thinking, you change your reality. If I could put everything that I know about how powerful we are into a syringe and travel the world and go up to every single person and stab them in the ass with it, I would, because it's very, very powerful stuff. Let's see if we can open it somewhere else and see. There we go. Accurate analysis of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure disclosed the fact that lack of decision was near head of the list of the 30 major causes of failure. This is not a mere statement of a theory, it is a fact. Procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy that practically everyone must conquer. What was I saying before? I didn't need the money to come to this trip. No, I just had to make the decision. Once you make the decision, the money always comes. Let's see what else it says. Analysis of several hundred people who accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million mark disclosed the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and of changing these decisions slowly if and when they changed them at all. But the people who fail to accumulate money, without exception, have the habit of reaching decisions, if at all, very slowly and of changing these decisions quickly and often. Or they go and ask the partner, what do you think I should do? Or they ask the friends, what do you think I should do? I'm not asking no one what they think I should do. The only people that I am taking advice of and taking their counsel are the people that have got the results that I want. That's why I have a mentor. That's why I invest. I invested 20,000 euros in a 6-month mentorship in November. You know, I take my mentorship very seriously. But in terms of friends and, you know, family members especially, you know, we love them, but everyone has an opinion. So when I'm going to do something, I make the decision, like this trip, I make the decision, I book the trip, and then I tell people about it, because then they can't talk me out of it, okay? So Think and Grow Rich. If you ain't got that, you're not living life, mate. You're not living life. This one is incredible. I am not a Christian. I am not a Muslim. I'm not Jewish. I just believe in God, in the universe, and in a higher power, right? But this book by Dr. Robert Russell, he's also got another book called You Too Can Be Prosperous, which is about money. But this one here, God Works Through Faith, is absolutely incredible. I get fired up when I read books, man. Fired up. Let's see if I can find something in here for you. Yeah. When we believe that God and the universe wants through us the thing that we want, we are ready to give thanks in advance. Possession follows the feeling that you already possess the thing you want. And that feeling is made stronger if you will express gratitude for the possession. Woo! Let's go over that again, right? Okay, let's say you're watching this and you want to make £100,000 in a month, right? Which you can do, right? It says the £100,000 is gonna follow the feeling that you already possess the £100,000, and that feeling is made stronger if you will express gratitude for the possession. Universe, God, I know you can hear me. I'm so grateful for that £100,000. Thank you so much. That's how you apply stuff, right? Don't just read the book, not for information. Read the book to do it. That is so powerful. Possession follows the feeling that you already possess the thing you want. So whatever you want is going to follow the feeling that you already have it. It's like what Neville says, right? Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When one is grateful for something that he has not yet seen or touched or experienced as the result of his conviction that it already exists, his gratitude will hasten its arrival. That's what I was doing a few weeks ago when I was in Manchester. Hey, universe, thank you so much for giving me the money to book an incredible trip to the Caribbean. Thank you so much. I was grateful for it before it even manifested. And it says, your gratitude will hasten its arrival. And I am living proof of that. And I am not showing off by any means. You know, anyone watching this, if you can hear my voice, you can do what I'm doing. I don't wonder if this works. I fucking know this works. This is powerful stuff. Right, I'm getting hungry. I'm going to go and get a wash. But these 2 books change your life. I'll see you at the restaurant. Right, so I'm just at the restaurant and I completely forgot to video and show you guys the food. However, I'm with Kaz, who I met here, who I told you about earlier, and he's just about to order his food, so I'm sure I can show you his. I'm just sat outside in this nice little kind of hut thing, just having a cigar and just enjoying life. What I found around here as well is when they come to pour alcohol must be a big thing over, and I say no, thank you, just water. Like they look at me really strange, like it's a strange thing not to drink alcohol, which is funny. I've not drank alcohol for about 2.5 years. It's a very big thing over here, and I love people when, you know, they're having a drink. It's each to their own, right? I like a nice cigar when I'm on holiday, so it's good to see people, you know, having a good time and enjoying themselves. But when I say no to it, it's just funny. Their expression are like, oh wow, you don't drink alcohol. I guess because it's an all exclusive, whatever it is, hotel as well. You know, people probably get their money's worth, but no amount of money could make me drink alcohol. And I think that's just part of your habits, right? Part of your paradigm, right? Because I really don't feel I'm missing out by not drinking, not one bit, and you know, still enjoying myself, still having a good time, still speaking with people, still playful, still jolly, but still, because when I'm at home, I built these habits of waking up in the morning, you know, writing 10 things I'm grateful for, studying, writing my goal, you know, doing all of these things, going to the gym, eating clean. When I come on holiday, it's just very easy for me to just do them because it's part of my paradigm. It's not something that I have to think about. But it's so beautiful here. The food was incredible. I had some seafood, I had some lobster, some shrimp, some prawns. Then I had some chicken and rice, and then I had loads of fruit. You know, I do have a sweet tooth, so to create to what's the word? To get rid of that craving, I just have lots of fruit: mango, watermelon, and what else do they have? Mango, watermelon, and pineapple. Instead of having desserts, I'll always go to fruit. But once I finish this cigar, I'll take you inside and we'll see what Kaz is eating.
Oh yeah, TT. Nice food, man.
What's he saying? Good stuff.
Got a king prawns. Fire.
Good morning, guys. Hope yous are doing amazing. You guys are very, very lucky, right? Because you guys have just seen me do my morning routine, and I never ever touch my phone before I do my morning routine. But I want yous to have a real insight into how I start my morning. So yous are very lucky, very lucky. I wanted to serve yous though, and I wanted yous to see how I start my morning off, right? First thing is a coffee for me. You know, I'll have a bottle of water, make sure I'm hydrated, water first, and then I'll drink some black coffee. And you would have seen on the previous part, I go straight into writing my goal. So I'll write my goal in a beautiful Christian Dior notepad, right? Get yourself a nice notepad. All notepads have different vibrations. You want to be writing and feeling wealthy while you're doing it. So I'll write my goal. Sometimes I will say my goal out loud if I really feel like it's going to help me, you know, connect with it and fuse with it and feel it within my body. So I'll write my goal. Then I will go into gratitude, always gratitude. Sometimes I'll always write 10 things I'm grateful for. The first 5 things are usually, you know, things that I already have. So let's see, what did I write down today? Let's see. So I'm so happy and grateful that Narina has joined my program. Narina was a client of mine that went through my mentorship and thinking into results last year, and she's decided to join again. So that was the first thing. My client Herman, he did a great testimonial. I received money yesterday, so I'm so happy and grateful that I received money. What else did I put? Let me see. I'm so happy and grateful for Danielle's wins, and I'm so proud of her. I got an amazing message off a lady that I'm mentoring called Danielle. She started in January, and I mean, she's just flying, so I'm so proud of her. What else? I'm so happy and grateful for my children. Sometimes I put small things, you know. I'm so happy and grateful for my morning coffee, just really showing gratitude for everything. So happy and grateful for how wealthy I feel. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm taking my mum away I'm not sure if Mother's Day is the same day everywhere in the world, but I believe it was the 30th of March. It was Mother's Day. So I booked, me and my mum are going away. So we're going to go to Spain. She's going to love it. You know, we've not been away together since I was about 12. So she's really going to love that. I'm excited about that. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in the Caribbean. So it's just super simple things just to get me into a state of gratitude and really thankful so I can carry that through the day. And then what you see me do is I go into studying. So my morning routine when I'm on holiday is like 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes. And I've been studying this book called Money is God in Action. It's an incredible book. Let me just say some of these things because when I read, things really do blow my mind. There's so much incredible information in books, and what this book is talking about, how money is God in action, and money needs to circulate. I spoke about that yesterday. We've got to circulate our money. Where most people, when they get a paycheck, they try and hoard their money and they put a fence around it. But that's going against the law of circulation. There's got to be a circulation with your blood now for you to keep living. The same thing with your bank account. There's got to be a circulation in your bank account. It says money is a vital part of the necessary circulatory system of this age. As it is a necessity for the economic health of all of us, it must be a spiritual idea. The moment you shift your attention from the concept that money is evil to the belief that money is wonderful, you will begin to have a greater circulation of money in your life. Woo! Anything that we love increases, and anything that we criticize moves out of our lives. The first step towards abundance is to love money. Why? Because it is the means with which God is using at the present instant to maintain a circulation in your world of economics. But it must be a circulation. Therefore, watch out before damming it, hemming it, or putting a fence around it, because the Joker is still in that deck of cards. Woo! If you're watching this and you want more money, show your money what you currently got. Love. It says anything that we love increases. Okay, so if I love my clients, that means that my clients are going to increase. Okay, if I love money, that means my money is going to increase. If I love my faith, I love my belief, that means that my faith and my love is going to increase. Whereas if I criticize my clients, if I criticize money, it says anything that we criticize moves out of our lives. The best vibration you can be on is love. Circulation is necessary to my body if I am to keep on living. Circulation is necessary in the general field of economics if we are to have a healthy financial structure in this nation and in the world. Therefore, I can assume that circulation is necessary in my own bank account. Woo! Love it. I want to tell you more about this. If you guys want this, it's called Money is God in Action. It's like £4 on Amazon. If once I release this, if you put a comment saying you want the book, I'll send it you for free. It says all spiritual treatment is an action of the conscious on the subconscious. Remember, if you've watched my previous videos, I always go on about conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the stick person, right? It's the thoughts that we have in our conscious mind that we impress upon our subconscious mind that control our vibration and control our results, right? It says treat it this way. Money is God's idea of circulation. This idea I accept. This idea I now accept as the basis of all my financial affairs. I like money. I believe that it is God's activity, that it is good. I use it with wisdom. I release it with joy. I send it forth without fear. For I know that under a divine law, it always comes back to me increased and multiplied. If you will use this treatment and subconsciously accept it, you will be amazed at the results. That just makes me want to go out and spend money. I'm spending some money today because I know that under a divine law, it comes back to me increased and multiplied. Very powerful. You're going to like money because it is God in action. You're going to use it with wisdom, release it in joy, and know that it will return to you increased. Say to yourself, wait a moment. I have always had enough money to meet my needs, and the infinite spirit is not going to stop my income at this point. There is no blockage in the universal system. The universe is always in a state of flux. If there is a block in the flow of money in my life, it must be a temporary human block. Pardon me. It must be a temporary human block which I have within my own consciousness. I now break that block. I accept money. I appreciate money. I use money, and I shall never be afraid of money again. This is why my life is incredible. No matter where I am in the world, I wake up and I read stuff like this. It makes me more aware. It changes my vibration. Me doing 30 minutes of reading something like this is worth way more than grinding every single day. Because when I do go to work, I am working from this level of awareness. You know, it's very, very powerful. And we can tie this into why I booked this trip. Because I knew, okay, if I spend money on myself, go to the Caribbean, I know that I have circulated the money. And through the universal law, it has to come back to me increased and multiplied. And I've already made my money back. It's absolutely incredible. Blows my mind, some of the things that I read. Blows my mind. Yeah, but if you want the book, it's a PDF. I'm more than happy to send it you. Just comment saying you want the book, and I will send it over, or I'll even leave a link in the description so you can just download it. It's 10 pages of some of the best information that you'll ever find. I'm not going to get a shower because I'm going to go straight to the gym, probably do some deadlifts. I feel like doing some deadlifts, and I'll do like a 10-minute run as well, like a 25-minute workout altogether. I don't eat breakfast. I only I fast all day, but I will show you the buffet just so you can see what it's like. And it's a beautiful walk actually to the gym. So I'll show you some of that. I'm also going to book an excursion that I'm going to go on tomorrow. But this vlog's, I'm not used to it, right? I'm used to teaching, coaching on my YouTube. So this vlog is kind of long. So I'm going to split it into two parts. So this is going to be the first part, and then I'm going to make a second part where I'm on the excursion. Kaz, who you seen yesterday, actually went on an excursion, and he said it was incredible, you know, just to see the real Dominican Republic, see the people, see the houses, go on the buggies and stuff like that. So make sure you stay around for part 2 of this vlog. But before we end this one, I will show you a bit of the resort, I will show you the buffet, and I'll also show you the gym. That is the gym done. And I'm telling you something, don't feel like there's air conditioning in here. I'm absolutely sweating, but at least it's done. I done 15 minutes. You guys seen the deadlifts. I done some pull-ups supersetted with dips, and that's me done. 15 minutes, non-stop, nice pump, nice sweat. Now I'm gonna go out and do a 10-minute run. and then I'm done with my exercise for the day. Yeah, boy. Let's go.
It's so close to the place where we started, that is special. It's a semi-artificial. It used to be.
Yes, guys. Oh my God, I am excited. So as you've just seen, I just went to the front desk where they do the excursions, and I booked something that's going to be so fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to put that into a part 2. So if you want to see me have some fun, I am not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to be so good. Make sure you stay tuned to my YouTube channel and subscribe so you can get notified when I drop part 2. See you guys soon.